ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ. ಹರಿ ಓಂ. ಓಂ ಅಖಂಡಾನಂದ ಸಂಬೋಧಃ ವಂದನಾತ್ ಯಸ್ಯ ಜಾಯತೆ ಗೋವಿಂದಂ ತಮಹಂ ವಂದೇ ಚಿದಾನಂದ ತನುಂ ಗುರುಂ. So yesterday we saw what kind of mukṣecchā this disciple should have. Normally we give the example of the head in fire or the person struggling to take breath after being immersed in water, put under water. Okay, these are the two examples we give. Now Bhagavan Bhashyakara uses a different example to give us two ideas. One is about the samskaras of that period and the mukṣecchā level we have to have. Okay, so this is a practice which is called as sati, which was very prevalent during that period, though it was not compulsory. Like I said, in the story of Around the World in 80 Days, they saved this princess or this lady, young lady, from the people who were about to throw her into fire, meaning make her to do the sati compulsorily. These are all ideas which were imposed on us to see our own tradition in a very bad light. As I said the other day, sati was an option, it is not a compulsion. If sati was a compulsion, then we would not have lot of ladies which you see out now. Many, they probably had many, for many the husband died when because they were married very young. The husband died while playing in the water, etc. Those kind of deaths also happened. So they would have had a very tough life. Like they would have been thrown into the fire, even without understanding why they are thrown into fire. So that is one thing. And Kunti, etc., the examples which we see in Mahabharata would have not been possible if sati was a compulsion. So we have to understand sati was a choice, freedom of choice, which this lady, because of the love for her husband, not just for the love for the heaven, but love for her husband, along with him she wants to share the heaven. So she enters the fire, and entering the fire, it means it's not an easy thing. You have to be very strong mentally and physically, like a person who jumps into water for committing suicide. Let us suppose, if a person knows how to swim, it is very difficult to kill himself in water, because after 2 minutes he will suffer and he will come out automatically. He cannot stay in water because he knows how to swim. But for a person who does not know how to swim, he can die. In Hindi they say chullu barka, meaning in the water which you can hold in your hand. He can die simply with that water. So the thing is, that kind of strong mind one should have to have. That kind of mind a mumukshu should have. That is what is said through that example. Okay, now he says nityānityavivekaśca dehakṣaṇikatāmatiḥ mṛtyorbhītiśca tāpaśca mokṣecchā. After saying that, that is the kind of mukṣecchā we have to have. What is the means for gaining that kind of mukṣecchā, Guruji? That's the next question, right? So he is answering that question. nityānityavivekaśca dehakṣaṇikatāmatiḥ mṛtyorbhītiśca tāpaśca mumukṣāvṛddhikāraṇam. nityānityavivekaśca, having the clear discrimination of what is eternal and what is non-eternal. The self is eternal and non-self, everything else nonsense, they are all non-eternal. That is what we have to have clear idea of. Not just that, he says dehakṣaṇikatāmatiḥ, we have to understand the body is kshanika, momentary, meaning transient. This word we have to understand. Kshanika. Kshanika normally means a second. Normally the idea people have is kshanika, kshana, second. So body does not exist for a second, it exists for so long a period. Now therefore we have to understand what kshanika is. Kshanika is not the second. Kshanika is the time taken for the activity to complete. Like somebody is building a house. So you ask him, what are you doing? I'm building the house. After 2 years, building the house. After 4 years, almost complete, still building the house. So till the first, the drawing or whatever the layout he does, from there till the final completion of the house, all the painting, etc., everything is done. That is 1 second, 1 moment. That is kshanika. Okay, the 4-5 years time, whatever it took, all that is 1 kshana. It is accepted as 1 kshana, 1 moment. So our whole life from the birth to death is 1 kshana, 1 moment. So we have to understand the body is transient. That should be very clear. Okay, I have the idea that the body is transient, but still, mṛtyorbhītiśca, after giving up the home and all that, people who become sadhus, who become monks, they have this stupidity, this fearlessness for death. I don't fear death. You have to have fear of death. What? Yes. You have to have the fear of death. But why? Because the body which you have gained is a very hard-earned body. A human body is very difficult to gain, and that too a body without any. I'm not even bringing the masculine body, etc. A body without any defect is a very wonderful body. And in that body, if you don't understand the truth, and if you are going to come back, we don't know what kind of body you will have and what kind of situation you will be facing with that body. So it is better to utilize the body now in a better way. So you have to have the fear of death before realizing I don't want to die. That is the only thing you have to have in your mind. Then tāpaśca. Tāpaśca, tāpaha, the adhyatmika, adhidevika, adhibhautika, the 3 kinds of pain which you experience. You have to experience that pain. Without undergoing the pain, you will not be able to be a proper seeker of knowledge. No. And when you experience the pain, you have to understand how to channelize it for the sake of knowledge. Otherwise, you will search for another tangential direction through which, some escape route through which you go out of the path. Don't do that. So tāpaśca, you have to undergo the pain, and using that pain as the impetus, you have to push yourself towards the knowledge. These are all mumukṣāvṛddhikāraṇam. These are all causes for the mumuksha to grow, mumuksha to increase, the desire for liberation to increase. Okay, now, okay, I have nityānityavivekaśca, etc. But are they independent, or they are also dependent on each other? That's a beautiful question. Now, if I say they are all independent, there is no question. If I say they are all dependent on each other, Viveka is dependent upon vairāgyaṃ, vairāgyaṃ is dependent upon śamādayaḥ, and vice versa. If I am going to say this, then there is a big problem. What is the problem? The problem is, when I was explaining the śamādayaḥ, I said śamādayaḥ are not 6 different sadhanas, but they are all one sadhanas all together. Do you remember that? I said they are all one sadhana. That is why we have sadhana chatushtaya. Right? Now, if I am going to say they are all independent, then there is no issue. If I say they are all dependent, on each other, then there is a big issue. Then why did you say that they are all? There are 4 sadhanas. Sadhana chatushtaya. There is no sadhana chatushtaya. There is only one sadhana. All vega, vairāgya, etc. are one sadhanas. Right? True. So, he is giving you a depiction in the form of a human being what this sadhana chatushtaya is. Okay? Like this is a traditional way of explaining. Like vastu. When you build a house, we like feng shui for Chinese, we call vastu something, vastu purusha. An imaginary of a person lying down. Wherever his head is, this is the room which should be there. Wherever his leg is, there this should be his right hand. This should be his left hand. This should be the room, etc. That kind of the body, the courtyard in the center of the house. That's how the house is built. Now, Veda Purusha. When you say Veda Purusha, then there is this Veda is head, etc. And again, for the Varna Purusha, you have this Brahmano Mukhamāsīt Rajanya Bahubhyam Rajanya Krata Uru Dadasya Vaishya, etc. The face is head is Brahmin, the shoulder is the Kshatriya, the body trunk is the Vaishya, etc. It is said. So similarly, he is giving a form to this sadhana chatushtaya to make us understand the independency absence, meaning they are all dependent on each other. Wait. You said if they are dependent, there can be only one sadhana. Why did you say sadhana chatushtaya then? You didn't answer that. Yes, I am going to answer that. I remember that. I gave you an example already. I am going to remind you of that example. This is an example given by logicians in Tarka Shastra. In Tarka Shastra, they say, when you ask what is karma, they'll explain karma is a utkshepana, apakshepana, akunchana, prasarana, gamanani, karmani. There are 5 kinds of karma. Pancha eva. 5 kinds. What are 5 types of karma? Utkshepana, going up. Apakshepana, coming down. Akunchana, coming towards you. Prasarana, going away from you. Gamanani, the movement in other directions, tangential directions. Okay, like from left bottom to right top, from right bottom to left top, etc. All those different angles. Now, movement from you or movement from away from you or from top and bottom, when you stand from here, it can be a straight line, but when you see it from side, it will become again a tangential line. Therefore, that also is the 5th kind of karma. There is only one karma, basically, right? You understand what I say? See, for me, whatever is from me to outside, if you see it from one angle, it will be from left bottom to right top, maybe, or right bottom to left top, some crisscross direction. It's not a straight line. So nothing is a straight line actually. Everything is a straight line, but nothing is a straight line too. So there can be no 5 types of karma, logically speaking also. If you say it's to logician, he'll be very happy. Yes, you are the good student. Why? Because you found an error in the logic. If you find an error in his logic, he'll say you are best student. He'll be happy. So what is that? According to him, he explains, yes, there is all these different types of karmas we are explaining. 5 types we say is for your buddhi vikasartha. Buddhi vikasartha means for your intellect to expand. That is why we say this. Why don't you expand it even more by saying from left to right is one karma, from right to left is one karma, from this side to that side? There are so many possibilities, permutation combinations, 360 degrees and 360 kind of permutation combinations. So many numbers you can give in So many names to each one of them. He says, they can be all put in one action as a gamana. But these, for your brain to expand, we are explaining. That's all. Okay. So, similarly here also, for our brain to expand, to understand it in a beautiful way, we say viveka is different, vairāgya is different, and śamādayaḥ is a group, and moksha is different. But in totality, they are all interconnected. How interconnected? That is why it is said, śiro vivekastvatyantaṃ vairāgyaṃ vapurucyate śamādayaḥ ṣaḍaṅgāni mokṣecchā prāṇa a form of a purusha, human being. Shiraha vivekaha, this is called as abhinaya, a kind of gesture. So he is saying shiraha vivekaha atyantam vairāgyaṃ tu vapurucyate śamādayaḥ ṣaḍaṅgāni mokṣecchā prāṇa iṣyate. Vivekaha shira, vivekaha shiraha. Viveka, the discrimination is the head portion of this purusha. Okay. And atyanta vairāgyaṃ tu vapurucyate. Atyanta vairāgyaṃ, the absolute dispassion is vapuhu. Vapuhu means the body, trunk portion. Okay. Then śamādayaḥ ṣaḍaṅgāni. It's not ṣaḍaṅgāni, it is śaḍaṅgāni. Shama, etc. 6 are angas, the limbs, hand, legs, etc. Now you have head, you have the trunk, you have hands, fingers, etc. Now the whole body is established. The body is there. Even a dead body is a body. What is the use? So he says, prāṇa mokṣecchā prāṇa iṣyate. The mokṣecchā, the desire for liberation, is the life. Is the life, is the prāṇa, the breathing, is the energy or whatever you call it. That is the base for all this. Even though the other exists, if you don't have moksha, the desire for moksha, there is no point. That is why he is giving it as, he is giving that importance, that it is prāṇa. Okay. Now, īdṛśāṅgasamāyukto jijñāsuryuktikovidaḥ śūro mṛtyuṃ nihantyeva samyagjñānāsinā dhruvam. īdṛśāṅgasamāyukto jijñāsuryuktikovidaḥ śūrah mṛtyuṃ nihantyeva samyagjñānāsinā dhruvam. īdṛśāṅgasamāyukto, this kind of limbs, one who is endowed, samayukta, samyagayukta, one who is nicely, beautifully endowed with these kind of limbs, the head, etc. And that kind of jijñāsu, that kind of person with a desire for liberation, desire for knowledge, he is not just having desire for knowledge. Yuktikovidaḥ, he is expert in logic also. See, you may have the desire for knowledge, but you don't have the brains for it. There is no problem. There is no use of it because you cannot apply your knowledge, your inquiry into the Vedanta statements. So you have to have some brains also. So you have to have the desire and the brains, beauty with brains. Okay, that is what he says. Śūrah, you have the brains, you have the desire for knowledge also, but you don't have the mental strength. That is useless. Then they both are useless. So he says, Śūrah, he also has the strength. That kind of person, dhruvam, definitely, remember, dhruvam means definitely once. Okay. Samyagjñānāsinā, samyagjñāna means the right knowledge. Asi means the sword. With the sword of right knowledge, the Vedantic knowledge, mṛtyuṃ, the death, nihanti, he destroys. He destroys the death. Eva, nihanti eva, he definitely destroys the death. Dhruvam, definitely. Eva, definitely. He will surely, definitely destroy the death with the sword of knowledge. Who? This person who has the mental strength, this person who has the intellect, this person who has the desire for knowledge, and this person who is endowed with this sadhana chatushtaya, that person only is eligible for destroying the death. Okay. Now, we know this person who is endowed with the sadhana chatushtaya, etc., is the adhikari, okay, the eligible seeker. You are talking about the disabled. What about the guru? What is the qualification of the guru? That should be said. So, for that he says, what should he do first? That should be said. Uktasādhanasampanno jijñāsuryatirātmanaḥ jijñāsāyai guruṃ gacchetsamitpāṇirnayojjvalaḥ. Uktasādhanasampanno jijñāsuhu yatihi ātmana jijñāsāyai guruṃ gacchetsamitpāṇirnayojjvalaḥ. These are all words picked from Mundaka Upanishad. We keep repeating again and again. Sir, Gurumeva Bigachet Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam Samitpāṇih. From there, he has picked up these words. That idea itself is said from there. What does he say? Uktasādhanasampanno jijñāsuhu yatihi ātmana jijñāsāyai guruṃ gacchet. Uktasādhanasampanno. The aforesaid, Ukta means the aforesaid sadhana sampanna, the one who is endowed with these four prerequisites, the aforesaid four prerequisites, jijñāsuhu, with the desire for knowledge. Yes, mumukṣā, he has desire for liberation, that is there. Now he has the desire for knowledge also. Okay, jijñāsuhu yatihi. Yatihi means a renunciate. Renunciate here also refers to the sadhakas, any kind of sadhaka. Okay, renunciate or any kind of sadhaka. That is what you should be a seeker. That's the important thing, nothing else. Okay, so seeker. Yatihi means here we will understand it as seeker, because yati normally means renunciate. Yata from the root word yata prayatne, one who puts effort. So any seeker is yati. Okay, you have to understand in that way also. Yati normally people translate it as a renunciate, a monk. Yata prayatna, from the root word yata prayatna, you have to understand it also as a seeker. Okay, then atmana jijñāsāyai, for understanding one's own self. Atmana jijñāsāyai, to know one's own self. Samitpāṇih, samitpāṇih. Pani means hand. Samit means sticks. So twigs actually. With the twigs in the hand. Wait, what does that mean actually? See, it is said in the Shastras, riktahastam nopeyat acha guruṃ rajanam daivatam. You should not go empty hand. Riktahastam means empty hand. Na upeyat, don't approach. Don't approach with empty hand. Whom? Acharyam, rajanam, daivatam. The acharya, the guru. Raja, the king. Daivatam, the god. So when you go to meet these people, when you go to a temple or when you go to meet your guru or when you go to meet a king, you should not go empty hand. So that following that tenet, this fellow is going to meet his guru. Then what should he take? If he is yati in the sense of a renunciate, he has already given up everything. So he does not have anything. So he cannot take anything with him. Now the Guruji is sitting in the forest. That's how it used to be. Okay. So the Guruji is sitting in the forest. So whatever is useful, what will be useful? See, in those days, the people were used to study Vedas and Vedanta, etc. So they used to do fire oblation, etc. So for fire oblation, samit is one important thing. Samit means this size, extending the thumb and the forefinger, the pointing finger, this thumb and the pointing finger, whatever size you have, that is the pradesha. That size is called as pradesha. The length of extended thumb and the pointing finger. Okay, and the thickness is the size of the thumb. With the thickness of size of thumb and the length of the size of the extended thumb and the pointing finger is called as a samit. That kind of twig is called as samit. Okay. So he has to carry those twigs for the use of in the fire oblation. Okay, this is one thing. Now, if he does not find any twig, he can take some flowers or fruit or whatever he finds there in the forest. Though this is with respect to the yati as a renunciate. If you understand the yati as a seeker who is a grahastha, etc., who is a family person, etc., then we have to understand this as a something which is useful for him. Something which is useful for him, like some rice or some vegetable or some fruit or something like that. Something which is useful for him. Acharyaya priyam dhanam ahritya prajatantam ma vyavachet. See, that is the statement of Taittiriya Upanishad. Acharyaya priyam dhanam ahritya. For the teacher, for the guru, acharyaya, for the guru, priyam dhanam ahritya. It is not he loves money. Priyam dhanam. Priyam dhanam cha. Whatever he likes or whatever he wants to buy. So, money, with money. So, you can give that. So, in that way, it is seen. Whatever is useful for him, that is what is samitpāṇiḥ. It's a upalakshana word. Okay. It's a pointer to the general utility, whatever he needs. That you have to take. Now, since you brought something which is a very costly and very good, and someone has brought something which is not that costly and not very good, naturally, what I bought is the best one. This actually is the best one. That is cheap. That idea is not good for a disciple, a seeker. When Guru himself does not find any difference, he does not see this as a costlier and that as cheaper. He sees something which is brought by the disciple. That's all. He does not weigh it with worth of money. No. He sees only the effort which the disciple put to bring that. That's all. So he says, what then you will have this ego, right? So that should not be there. Naya ujjvalaha. That is important characteristics of the disciple. Naya ujjvalaha. Naya ujjvalaha. It's a beautiful word, Naya. Naya Shastra, if I say, in Panchatantra, we used to explain this. Naya Shastra means Niti Shastra, the scripture for ethics or morality. Okay. Naya Shastra, in respect to the logician's word, we say Naya Shastra means logic. Tarka Shastra is Naya Shastra. Okay. Here Naya Ujjvala is neither ethics or morality nor the Tarka. Naya is a word without the prefix V. Vinaya. Vinaya means humility, humbleness. So, a person who is Ujjvala, who is bright with this humility. So, a disciple should have to have the aforesaid prerequisites. A disciple should have the desire for knowledge. A disciple should have who should go approach the guru with something which is useful for him, and he should have to have humility. That kind of person, guruṃ gacchetsamitpāṇirnayojjvalaḥ. That kind of person with all these qualities should go to guru. If he has only the aforesaid 4 prerequisites and does not have any desire, he will go and give knowledge to guru, not take knowledge from him. Why do you need to study all these shastras? You can just control your breathing and, bring your kundalini, as all the stupidity he'll bring and all. No. If he is just interested in this knowledge and does not have possess the 4 prerequisites, then all the effort he is going to put forth is useless. So he should have to have all these qualities. Only him he should have. No, I don't have anything. I don't have money. I don't have. I can't find any flowers or anything. So what should I do? See, the best surrender the best thing is surrendering yourself to Guru. That is the best thing. See, if the Guru is expecting something from you, then he is a businessman. He is not a Guru. He is a businessman. There is a difference. You cannot gain knowledge from a businessman. You can do business with a businessman, not knowledge. But you cannot do business with Guru. There you can gain only knowledge. So here, what we say is the Guru. That is why we say, who is a Guru? The Guru who is akaruna daya sindhu, akaruna karuna sindhu, a Guru who is ocean of compassion. Why do we call him ocean of compassion? Because there is no expectancy there. He does not expect anything from you. So that Guru, okay, he should have to go to that Guru. We saw in Sadhana Panchakam also. Turnam vinirgamyatam sadvidvanupasappitam pratidhanam tatpaduka sevyatam. After leaving the house, he has to find a Guru and serve him every day. Okay. Who is Guru? Because everyone desires to have this title of Guru. So he says, who is a Guru? That should be clearly established. So he says, śrotriyo brahmaniṣṭho yah praśāntaḥ samadarśanaḥ nirmamo nirahaṅkārah nirdvando nishparigrah anapeksha shuchirdakshah karunamrtasagarah evam lakṣanasampannah sa gurur brahma vittamah upasadya prayatnena jijñāsoho swartha siddhaye śrotriyo brahmaniṣṭha praśāntaḥ yah samadarśanaḥ nirmamo nirahaṅkārah nirdvandah nishparigrah anapeksha shuchihi dakshah karuna amrtasagarah, not karuna amrtasagarah, karuna amrtasagarah. Then 12 characteristics. Evam lakṣanasampanno, one who is endowed with these characteristics, sa guruhu brahma vittamah. That is the person who is called as Guru, who is superior in the knower of self, among the knowers of self. Upasadya prayatnana, to him you have to approach with effort. Okay, that is what is said. Now, śrotriyo, yah śrotriyo, one who is śrotriya. Who is a śrotriya? Normally in other places, in the tradition, we say when you use the word śrotriya is a word used for saying he has one who has studied Vedanta along with the Vedas from the Guru. He should have studied Vedas. To be qualified to be called as śrotriya, he should have studied Vedas. It's compulsory. That is the traditional approach. Now, as I said, like Yati, you can understand in this way. Say, similarly, for this śrotriya, you can understand one who has studied the Vedanta from the Guru. That person can be alone. Only the Vedanta. He has not studied Vedas. Still, he can be referred to as śrotriya. How? See, Bhagavan Bhashyakara. There is one Dakshinamurti and there is another Dakshinamurti. Bhagavan Bhashyakara is also Dakshinamurti. What is Dakshinamurti? Dakshinamurti means Dakshinamurti. Means one who is from south. South. Bhagavan Bhashyakara is from south. And Dakshina also refers to as knowledge. Knowledge. Murti means form. Knowledge form. He is knowledge embodiment. Yes. So both Dakshinamurtis have one thing in common. Both have 4 disciples. Right? Now, with respect to Bhagavan Bhashyakara's 4 disciples, with respect to that Dakshinamurti, all the 4 disciples who are old, they were all learned people. With reference to Bhagavan Bhashyakara, we saw Totakashtaka, etc. stories. So, both 2 of them are very learned and 2 of them are not, they have not studied Vedas. That is the basic thing. One is he does not know anything. He just knows surrender. He knows how to serve his Guru. That's all. Totakacharya. The other person, he was just lying down there. His Guru, his father was he met Acharya Bhagavan Bhashyakara in Karnataka. He met him and said, "My son, I have installed him with Sekarathad, etc. But he does not know how to chant any mantra, even Gayatri mantra. How can I put him in Vedic class?" So when he asked, "Who are you?" then he is going on and on, saying who he is. I'm not this body, etc. Beautiful statement from that person. So he was taught the Vedanta and he was put in a pedestal a post called Shankaracharya Pitha. When Bhagavan Bhashyakara established 4 mathas, four places, he made them pontiffs of those 4 places, each one of them. Higher than the Guru post, Shankaracharya. Now, how could he put them in that position? Because they have studied Vedanta. That is important. That is the main qualification to be a Śrotriya. We will see this. Okay. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.